This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Best Bets for Pets. This is your show host, Michelle Fern. And did you know that gut health is so important for your dog and cat? As a pet parent, you should know this. I'm going to educate you with my next guest is going to educate you and me all about this and tell you about a great new food product that's available that will make your dog and cat's stomachs feel great. We're going to be right back.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce Dr. George Fahey. He is an expert on all things gastrointestinal for dogs and cats. I have a list of all the awards and accolades and everything. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, well, I am at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I am a professor emeritus. I retired in 2010, and prior to that, I had about a 37-year career at University of Illinois. I was professor of pet animal nutrition, and I still am involved with university activities a little bit, but mostly do consulting in the pet food and human nutrition area. I'm a native of West Virginia. I did my studies there, and I have a farm background, so I've been around animals since I was a youngster, and including dogs and cats. And so at the university, I did a lot of research, had a lot of graduate students. I also taught quite a few courses. And as I say today, I'm retired from there, still help out a little bit, but do mostly consulting for pet food companies.
Okay, and right now, I know you're doing a lot of work with Lucy Pet Products and Lucy Pet Foods, right, I should say, which I love them. I've talked to Joey Herrick a few times. But before we talk about Lucy Pet Foods, tell us, why is it so important as pet parents that we pay, attention to the gut health of our dog and cats? Okay.
Well, the gut is the digestive organ in the body, so it ranges from the mouth to the rectum. It is responsible for processing all of the food that we eat, breaking down the foods to individual nutrients that the body needs. So that's one function. A second function is that it's the largest immune organ in the body. Anywhere from 70 to 75% of the immunity in our bodies originates in the gut. And then the third piece is that in the large bowel, the last digestive organ in the dog and the cat and the human, we have what we call the microbiota, which is a fancy name for saying it's the bacteria that reside there that we know today are responsible for a lot of things happening to us that heretofore we didn't pay very much attention to the bacteria, but we know now that the bacteria are very, very important. So when we speak of gut health, we're talking about the health of the bacteria, the health of the immune system, the health of the organ itself, in order that it can provide nutrients to the host animal.
Well said. And as I understood it, in a simple term, just to clarify myself, basically, if your belly's not working right, the body's not working right.
That's right. Now, a lot of people associate gut with belly or stomach, But that's just one part of the digestive organ, and it's a very important part, but the other parts are just as important. The small intestine, the large intestine, those are very important as well. But, yeah, that's a general term to use.
Yes, I was being very general, but, basically, it's all together. And if that's not functioning well, because if the stomach part doesn't function well and, attaching to the intestines and where it's whatever gets expelled, feces, then there's going to be problems.
That's right.
So why should we care about prebiotic balanced fiber in our dog or cat's food?
Okay. You know that fiber is basically a carbohydrate that's not digested in the small intestine, but it goes to the large bowel, the large intestine, and those bacteria that I spoke about use it as their food, the fiber. Now, prebiotics are just a form of fiber. They are a specialized type of fiber that has an additional role of feeding the good or healthful bacteria in the large bowel. We have in our large bowel, normally, you and I, our dogs, our cats, we have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. All of us have that. And what we want is for the good bacteria to express themselves and the bad bacteria to lie dormant, okay? And so by feeding the prebiotic fiber is the food for the healthful bacteria. And so when that happens, when the good bacteria have the proper food in the form of the prebiotic, then they go on to produce certain metabolites and that are really important for organ systems of the animal. Okay, so you don't have to feed a lot of prebiotic. You don't have to be adding a huge amount, but rather just a small amount in the diet will impact those healthful bacteria. So that distinguishes them from other fibers, which are all good and are responsible for good things, but let's say the prebiotic fibers have an unusual role of feeding the good bacteria.
Okay, and I know Joey Herrick has a long history, and he's the creator of Lucy Pet Products and Lucy Pet Foods, and he has a lot of history working with. He first developed natural balanced dog food, and so he knows a lot about this. Well, how have you guys worked together to develop the Lucy Pet Foods to make it better for our fur babies, for their gut health and for immunity?
Well, I met Joey some years back. I know Rick Rockhill is also part of the company, and I serve on an innovation team with Rick. So I got to know Rick actually before I did Joey, and Rick was telling me about what the goal of Lucy was. And so he sort of brought me in, met Joey, and we both have a lot of the same goals. We're very pet-oriented. We want the very best for our animals. And we both had, I've worked in gut health for many, many decades, and Joey was really the first to emphasize the gut health aspect of things. Most people are emphasizing other areas with the foods, and so we formed sort of this natural partnership where we had sort of the same goals, and so we began working together. We put together some very nice formulas for the dogs and cats, and part of that is that prebiotic balanced fiber that you spoke of before, which is a portion of the total formula that we put in to aid in the health of the gut. And so that's how we sort of work together and are still working together on even better formulas that will eventually see the light of day, I hope.
Well, it's good to know, it's as you were describing, your relationship and so forth, I was thinking how far we've come in pet health and pet care, back from, it wasn't that long ago, you just put a can of anything or you didn't even think, about all of this. And now we're getting to where we're kinning our dog and cat's gut health. And it is pretty similar from what you described to humans.
Yeah, and the big thing is that the dog and the cat are with us till death do us part. We love them as we do family members, human
Right.
family members, and we want their longevity. We want them to live long, but we also want a high quality of life. And if gut health is compromised, quality of life is not very good. So emphasizing the gut health aspect really does help the animal's quality of life and hopefully even its longevity, because there's so many things that can go wrong that if we can prevent that from happening or we can ameliorate any problems that they might have, then we're doing a good service to our dogs and cats.
Well said. Now, are the Lucy pet food products available on the market yet or coming soon?
Yes, I think they're available. I'm more in the science side of it, I'd have to say, so I don't know all the details of the business, but there are foods available, you bet. And I think they can be purchased online or in a number of stores. So the numbers are expanding, and they're very good quality foods.
Well, everyone listening, go check out Lucy Pet Foods. I know from some of their other products that Joey makes great products, and he does a lot for rescue. In Los Angeles, I know he had a bus just created to like it was a mini clinic, and helped, spay and neuter thousands of dogs and cats.
They've already, just here, I think, are up to over 24,000.
Wow. I'm getting goosebumps.
Huge.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very, very good service through the Lucy Foundation. You bet.
Yes, very good. Dr. Fahey, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and sharing all of your great and wealth of information with our listening audience.
Glad to be with you. Thank you.
Wow, that was so educational and so interesting. Gut health and digestive health is so important for your dogs and cats. Please be sure to check out Lucy Pet Foods. The Lucy Pet Foundation does so much for so many of the strays that are out there. I know that Joey's plan is to have, his traveling clinic in, cities all over the country, maybe someday, but he does so much, and wonderful listening to Dr. Fahey about all of the gut health information. I am happy to say, please stay this way, that my crew has, as far as I know, very good gut health. I hope yours does too. Thanks for listening to Best Bets for Pets. Thanks again to my producer for making me and my guests sound great. Please keep listening. We have another great show coming up. Hair everywhere. How do you manage your cat's hair, hairballs, and dander when they're not really fond of bathing? The answer is just a whisker away with catnip bath wipes from Whitegate. It's the only cat wipe on the market that's infused with natural catnip oil. Catnip bath wipes will leave your cat happy, calm, and playful, and you'll both look forward to bath time. Go to whitegateinc.com, that's WHYTEGATEINC.com, and enter the code CATNIP for 15% off site-wide plus free shipping. That's right, 15% off. We're not kidding.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome, everyone, to Best Bets for Pets. This is your show host, Michelle Fern. Okay, what is a given when you have fur kids? Fur, right? And hair everywhere. But I have something that is going to make your life pretty much hair-free. Almost. I'd like to introduce Steven Golub. He is the Senior Director of Marketing for Evercare. Welcome, Steven.
Hi, how you doing, Michelle?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Evercare makes sticky rollers. So basically, sticky lint rollers that pick up hair. But you have a new extra sticky, and I had a blast. I was testing and seeing because, I have a zoo. People that listen know I have a zoo. I have 5 cats, 2 dogs. I have a zoo. I have way too much hair in my house than I should. And there's hair every place. It just is everywhere. And cat hair especially is really hard to pick up. And I had so much fun thinking, okay, the roller's not going to get this. And it did. So what is new about the extra sticky lint rollers that Evercare has?
Yeah, well, thank you for giving me the time to talk about lint rollers. Believe it or not, the company I work for and the brand I work for, Evercare, actually invented the lint roller, believe it or not, back in 1956. You know, you alluded to you're a big pet user, and I'm sure everyone that's listening right now is a pet lover and has one or several pets, dogs, cats, you name it. Let's face it, we all love our pets, but you nailed it on the head earlier. We love our pets, but we don't necessarily love what they leave behind, that being their fur and hair all over the house, all over your clothing, all over the bed, the couch, furniture of all types. And don't forget, we take them in our cars, so all over the cars.
Everywhere. I got to ask you, Steven, something. I got to ask you this. I didn't know that Evercare invented the lint roller. How is it invented? You must know the story.
Well, I'm happy to say I wasn't there, so I don't really know the origins of how it was invented. But look, just like with any great invention, you know, somebody had a problem with lint and pet hair and decided to come up with, hey, you know, what a great idea to put tape on a handle, and that's really the genesis and how the idea was born.
Okay, great.
But getting back to what I was talking about earlier, we've got a full line of lint products to solve your hair needs with pets. We've got the stickiest tape out there in the market. We've got lint rollers in different sizes. We have our standard lint roller that has a 4-inch roll on it. We have our giant lint roller that has a 4.6-inch roll, and then we have what's called our mega roller that has an extremely large 10-inch roll that's used a lot for cleaning up surfaces like beds, like trunks in a car. It's got a 43-inch extendable pole on it and is great for use all around the house on floors for just think of quick clean application. So you have some hair, you have some guests coming over, you don't want to necessarily go lug out the big heavy vacuum. You take your Evercare 10-inch mega roller and you're able to quick clean your house and get rid of all that unwanted hair so your guests come to visit and don't leave with the added gift of having hair and fur all over themselves.
I like how you put that, the added gift. You know, I've known people that have had such a hard time with pet hair that they focus their wardrobe on, you know, if they have a dog with chocolate brown or black hair, that's all the pants they wear. They only wear black pants, brown pants, navy pants, so otherwise the hair shows. Same with dogs that are light colored. And their house. They'll decorate their house to match the dog's hair, too.
Absolutely. You know, from all the research that we do in the category, it's the number one detractor from pet ownership. And the thing that pet owners actually hate the most, obviously, is the hair and fur left behind. I myself have a small dog, and although he's got hair and doesn't shed as much as a cat or some other breeds of dogs does, when his hair gets longer, you know, it tends to clump up and he leaves hair in different spots of the house. So it's always great having a lint roller. I've got friends of mine that have long-haired dogs that shed all over the place, and they sleep in the bed with them. Every morning they take a lint roller and make the bed and roll the roller over the bed to pick up some of the hair. So I also can't tell you how many people come up to us. We exhibit at Super Zoo and Global Pet every year, and the people that come up to me and give me a hug, don't even know them, and I love your product. You saved my life because I've got your lint rollers in my pocketbook and all over the house and stuff because it's just such an issue with pet lovers.
What is it that makes Evercare's lint rollers different than the other ones? I mean, I was amazed that it picked up the tiny, tiny hairs, but what makes it different?
Sure. Look, there are a couple of key differences from our tape and our competitors. Our tape is paper-based. Our competitors is a plastic film-based. So a couple of pluses there. Number one, ours will disappear in a landfill, will degrade in a landfill, while a plastic film-based tape will not, certainly not over my lifetime. Because ours is paper-based, when you get into the nitty-gritty and you look microscopically at it, it's got like little fibers, the little fibers fibers from the paper sticking up. So when the glue's put on them, think of them as like additional fingers to help grab the lint and hair and whatnot and the debris. When it's a film-based product, it's very flat, so it's just basically the adhesive on top of a flat surface. So as far as the actual paper/film, those are the two main differences. We also build in some other differences. I know probably some of the listeners out there who have used other products, not ours, tend to have an issue with the sheets tearing off cleanly. Most of our competitors basically just perforate the sheets, and when they're loaded up with product, it's kind of hard to find the perforation, and they're not always perforated that great. We've got clean tear sheets, so we basically, when we're manufacturing our tape, we put a guillotine cut in the tape, so each sheet is cut through and through, so as you're unwrapping the tape and using it, it's easy to use the tape, peel the sheets off, and rip them off. So from a usability, it's also a more pleasant experience, if you will. I'm also happy to announce that we've done a lot of work. The brand's been around for a long time, and we're in the midst of launching our new branding. So we've updated our Evercare logo that everyone will start seeing out at retail shortly. We've done a lot of research on our packaging, and we've tightened up the messaging. And I know on the pet packaging, you alluded to our messaging of 50% more pickup. So we're really playing that up. We've got some nice graphics on there of pets to show consumers exactly what it's for. But we've also not just thought about the tape technology, but the whole user experience, and worked on brand new handle designs that are extremely ergonomic and feel great in your hand. So we really feel that besides, from our invention of the lint roller back in 1956, we're always looking to invent and improve the product where we can.
Well, that kind of says it all, but I want to add something else that I don't know if you guys over at Evercare have thought of, but it's a little stretch. But in a way, you might be saving lives of cats and dogs, because one of the chief complaints that I hear in the many, 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 many interviews I've done is when people are adopting pets, one of the things they don't like is pet hair. They don't want their house messy, but they want a pet, but they don't like the mess. And besides, any bathroom stuff, pet hair would come next. And by making these products that are so wonderful and really do the job compared to some of the other ones out there, you could be, I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure you've saved quite a few lives of pets being adopted just because you have a great product. So that takes care of pet hair around the house.
Sure. Look, we're always looking as marketers of products to latch on to good causes. I know in the past we've donated product to animal shelters and things like that, and we've sampled some at some events around the country. But it is definitely a good point. I think when people go out, they think of that puppy or that kitten and how cute they are. They don't realize how much work is behind the whole upkeep and care. And believe me, no one loves their dog more than I do. And it's great to have these types of products to help maintaining the home, the auto, and keeping the mess to a minimum.
Exactly. So I know that Evercare is available. Well, you're doing your relaunch in July. And that's probably about when this show will be aired. But for people, Now people listen mostly in the U.S., but all over the world. So where can everyone find Evercare products?
Yeah, the Evercare products are available nationwide. They're in, obviously we've been out there hitting the ground since 1956. We have products at virtually all retail outlets across the U.S. You could find us at Target, at Meijer, in the Midwest at Menards, Kroger, Fred Meyer, a bunch of different grocery outlets. Obviously, like with every other company, you could always find us on the .coms, Amazon.com, and Chewy.com. We will start the refresh with, you'll be able to see the new look hitting stores at Target relatively soon. That will be the first place that the relaunch goes through.
All right, go Target. I love Target.
Look for that there. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question now. Do you think there's much of a difference between the dog hair pickup and cat hair pickup as far as that the Evercare roller has to be different? Or I found the extra sticky got up everything.
No, and that's exactly why. So we've got two lines. We have our regular general purpose line, and then we have our pet line that's got the 50% more pickup that has a special proprietary adhesive mix that we've tested out over the many years and find that it picks up pet hair the best. So works equally great, cat hair, dog hair, and like I said, especially with the Mega Roller and the for the quick clean, if you've got kids that do arts and crafts around the house with glitter and things like that, like my daughter loves to do, lint rollers are also great for that as well. So they keep the pet problems down. They're great if you've got kids in the home as well.
Well, for kids, two-legged kids, it helps them all.
There you go.
older kids that make messes, but absolutely. I got to hand it to you guys that you did. I just love the pickup because I've tried other lint rollers and my house, it's a hair place, and I was amazed. So I'm very happy to have you on and to have
Thank you very much.
To try out Evercare products, and I will be hitting up Target very soon to get more. Thank you so much, Steven, for coming on Best Bets for Pets.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. If you got pets, you got hair. Check out Evercare's pet rollers. They really do pick up hair so much better than the regular lint rollers. I was blown away. And having 5 cats, which, crazy cat lady here, and 2 dogs, crazy dog lady, maybe. I have a lot of hair. So this worked amazingly well. It's Evercare, and you can just check out, it's available all over the place. And keep your house nice and clean and pretty much hair-free, at least hair-free on you and your bed and your couch and, the important places. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks to my guests for coming on Best Bets for Pets. Thanks to my furry crew that sheds lots and lots of hair. Molly and Charlotte and Dennis, especially Dennis with his Maine Coon hair, and Sammy and Jethro, and Zeus with his long hair fur, and Nikki. And thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. And especially thanks to everyone listening to Best Bets for Pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.